The borders fail to hold the dark. Beneath the earth, the root network shatters the stone, creeping out into the human world. An isolated gas station becomes the first nest. Black vines choke the fuel pumps, drinking oil, turning a dark, poisonous iridescent shade. The forest enters the suburbs in absolute silence. Tiny roots slide through foundation cracks, filling the walls with a breathing green mass. The municipal water turns pitch black and thick. It carries the metallic scent of decay, leaking the jungle's toxic blood directly into city pipes. The television screens flicker with heavy static. Through the speakers, the collective choir of the forest whispers your name in the dark. The courthouse steps fracture and bleed. The jungle converts the concrete into hollow bone, weeping dark marrow onto the city streets. A toxic green fog swallows the city streets. Bioluminescent spores clog engines and blind the eyes, trapping everyone within a glowing nightmare. A false emergency broadcast loops on every radio channel. The fake voice begs you to run directly into the waiting trees. The roads turn to liquid tar, swallowing vehicles whole. The asphalt behaves like a living jaw, pulling cars into the deep. The clock tower freezes at midnight as bone-tipped vines jam the brass gears, breaking time itself to match the forest's rhythm. The walls of your home begin to speak. The hollow wood vibrates with the voices of the lost, begging you to open the door. The infected citizens march in a silent trance. Their eyes glow green, drawn by a psychic pull they cannot resist. A massive wooden spire erupts in the town square. It pulses with dark energy, broadcasting the hive mind's signal to the world. Even the skies are no longer safe. Tensile vines tear helicopters from the air, dragging our technology down into the green maw. The city is erased from the map. In its place stands a vast, growing vortex of wood, hungry for the next border. The sun is gone, locked behind a sky of living wood. A permanent twilight falls over the metropolis, ruled by green shadows. The steel bridges become giant arteries. Muscular roots crush the suspension cables, drawing iron and water deep into the forest's beating heart. Skyscrapers become massive glass nests. Inside, thousands of glowing pods hold the remaining citizens, wiring their minds into the grand green mainframe. The mechanical city falls silent, replaced by a deep, wooden groan. The earth vibrates as the roots speak their ancient, terrifying language. A heavy downpour of golden amber coats the city. It hardens instantly, freezing civilization inside a flawless, shining museum of permanent rot. The cathedral falls to the green rot. Bone branches replace the stained glass, drawing ancient calcium from the graves to feed the node. The roots breach the digital servers, drinking our data. The hive mind learns our history and secrets, absorbing human knowledge into the wood. A sudden flash of emerald light signals the false dawn. Predatory flowers open their jaws, filling the air with sweet, intoxicating poisons. The public fountains spray dark, warm crimson fluid. The forest purges its waste, turning stone monuments into bleeding symbols of victory. Atop the world's tallest tower, a throne of vines takes shape. The first explorer sits encased in amber, ruling an empire of wood. The high transmission towers blast columns of spores into the jet stream. The wind carries the green infection across oceans to new worlds. Fire cannot stop the growth, it only feeds the change. The charred ruins sprout new black trees that thrive on our weapons. The ocean turns to a mirror of dark glass. Beneath the dead waves, the root network crawls across the seabed, uniting continents. Every screen on Earth displays a final, terrifying image. The forest shows you where it hides, whispering that it is already inside. The old world is gone, beautifully remade in wood and bone. The planet is a single, breathing mind, and you belong to it. A massive pillar of black wood pierces the upper atmosphere. The world spire rises past the clouds, fueled by 1 billion captive souls. The outer leaves harden into thick, crystalline armor. This vacuum bark shields the living sap channels from cosmic radiation and freezing space. Massive black fronds unfurl in open space. These living solar sails drink raw starlight, feeding cosmic energy down to the surface. A glowing emerald ring of spores circles the equator. The planet pulses with a living rhythm, broadcasting its thoughts to the silent stars. Giant eyes open along the spaceborne branches. Protected by amber glass, they stare into the black void, searching for new worlds. Invisible tendrils pull dead satellites down from orbit. The jungle consumes our spacefaring history, recycling the metal to reinforce its bones. Teardrop-shaped seed pods mature in the orbital garden. These biological vessels are built to survive the fire of interstellar travel. A massive amber brain stores the minds of the lost. Humanity's memories are now the guidance system, steering seeds toward our distant colonies. The wooden heart delivers a final, violent pulse. Thousands of seed pods shoot into the dark void, seeking new ground. The seed pods reach the red deserts of Mars. High above the human colonies, a single pod descends, ready to plant the rot. The shell shatters on the cold red sand. A predatory green moss spreads fast, drinking the iron, reaching toward the human water lines. Green roots break through the metallic air vents. The colony's oxygen systems are choked by breathing leaves that whisper your name. The psychic signal crosses the void instantly. Through the steel walls, you hear the thoughts of your dead family calling you home. The solar system changes its skin. Earth and Mars become twin nodes, covered in a beautiful, unified ocean of living wood. The universe is no longer empty. It is a living garden of pure rot, a beautiful mind that will watch forever. Nobody enters the Black Ridge by choice. The trees grow too thick, swallowing the light, waiting for the foolish to step inside. The air changes instantly inside the canopy. It tastes of rotten old iron, heavy enough to choke the breath from your throat. A terrifying silence rules these woods. No birds sing, no insects buzz. The jungle swallows all sound, leaving only your heartbeat. Even the plants feel wrong here. Touch the bark, and it bleeds a dark, foul liquid that smells like an open wound. You will constantly see movement in your peripheral vision. Dark shapes gliding behind the trees, always vanishing when you look directly. The trail disappears behind you. The vines crawl silently, closing the loop, trapping you within a maze of living wood. The flora does not seek the sun, it seeks flesh. Strange, predatory plants pulse in the gloom, waiting for contact. You are not the first to explore this green hell. Others came before, leaving only shredded tents and broken, rusted gear. A strange, predatory red moss covers the stones. It hunts by warmth, reaching toward your skin, hungry for living heat. When the wind blows, the canopy speaks. 1,000 leaves mimic human cries, whispering secrets meant to drive you mad. The highest branches are dead and bare, clawing at the night sky like skeletal hands trapped in an eternal, silent scream. Do not drink from the black streams. The water is thick with heavy oil and poison, reflecting only your growing terror. The jungle does not just grow, it watches. Deep within the rotting tree trunks, hidden eyes blink back at your light. It will offer you familiar paths to lower your guard. Do not trust them, every road here leads deeper into the trap. Now you descend into the true heart of the abyss. The ground softens, swallowing your feet, dragging you down into darkness. The roots form massive arches like the ribcage of a giant beast. Walk carefully, for this wooden skeleton is still alive. A single scratch is all it takes. The jungle enters your bloodstream, spinning green veins beneath your skin, claiming your flesh. The mud beneath your feet is hungry. It clings to your boots, pulling you down into the earth with wet, heavy sighs. The air breathes madness into your mind. You will see things from home, beautiful illusions designed to make you walk into teeth. Even the stones are made of old bone and flesh. Crack them open, and dark marrow leaks out into the dirt. The vines strike like serpents from above. They wrap around your chest, tightening every time you breathe out, crushing your ribs. Night falls, and the sickly green rot awakens. Bioluminescent fungi coat the trees, casting twisted shadows that dance across the dark. Do not touch the heavy fruit hanging from the pale branches. Inside, you will find your own face screaming back at you. The earth shifts and rolls like a stormy sea. The roots rewrite the map, ensuring you can never find your way back. The green rot moves fast. It takes your spine, growing wooden thorns through your skin, forcing your body to obey its will. Press your ear to the soil and you will hear them. Millions of dead voices trapped in the roots, singing of their torment. You have reached the white forest. The branches end in human bone, clicking together like chattering teeth in the cold night wind. A warm, red rain falls from the cloudless sky. The canopy weeps the blood of its victims to feed the roots below. You are never truly alone out here. The jungle hollows out the dead, using their bodies as puppets to lure the living. The outer journey ends here. The great wooden heart opens before you, a dark wound inviting you to step inside and dissolve. Step inside the great wooden heart. The walls breathe, the sap flows like blood, and the earth is made of muscle. The walls are lined with the faces of the lost. They are bark now, their hair turned to root, but they still watch. Your tools are no longer yours. Your hands split into roots, fusing flesh to iron, turning you into an extension of the forest. In the center of the abyss beats the wooden heart. It is a cathedral of flesh, pulsing with the weight of centuries. Your mind is no longer your own. The jungle floods your brain with 10,000 years of memories, erasing your true identity. The terrible silence breaks inside your head. A million minds scream together, welcoming you into the eternal, green collective of the damned. You cannot run. The floor rises over your feet, boring through your bone, planting you permanently into the heart of darkness. Golden amber drips from above, coating your body in a cold, glassy shell. It creates a flawless, living coffin of pure rot. Your skin turns to bark, your lungs fill with green moss, and your ribs harden into wood. The transformation is finally complete. Only your eyes remain human, looking out from a knot in the tree, weeping golden sap for a life left behind. Your mind rises to the highest leaves. You see the jungle for what it is, a single, giant predator masking itself as a forest. Time loses all meaning here. And then, the outer roots feel a familiar vibration. New guests have stepped past the border. You do not fight the collective mind anymore. You join the chorus, using your voice to whisper a warm welcome through the leaves. Thousands of hidden eyes open throughout the dark brush. They watch the new prey walk down the paths, waiting for the trap. The fog closes the gate forever. The Black Ridge remains silent, a beautiful green hell that never lets its secrets escape the dark.